I can put anything out there. Like nothing is off limits. I've discussed some of the most controversial, contentious, polarizing issues in the entire world. You get people saying crazy things like Donald Trump is a fascist. Okay, outside of the White House, there's like numerous like permanent protest sort of like displays and things going on, right? I'm like, if Donald Trump were a fascist, you would not be allowed, right? You'd be in prison for doing this. There's a lot of countries, not like a few. There's tons of countries where if you go outside of their parliament or their main political place and you start like shouting about how much you hate or you dislike or you whatever the president or the leader or the within minutes you're, if not being beaten or shot, you're gonna be locked away, right? It's like people have the freedom to really say actually whatever they want and to have dissent and to have debate and things like that, and people take that for granted because they don't generally understand that you can't do that everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fascists don't support your right to call them a fascist.
No, exactly.
If you can openly call a leader a fascist, you know that you're not living in a fascist society.
Exactly. It's okay for people to have different opinions on stuff, right? That's kind of fundamental to, especially if you're talking about a country like the USA, where you've got 350 million people who are of all different stripes and beliefs and ideas and things like that, and you need people to be able to get on with each other and not violently conflict and things like that. So it should kind of be a given, but we're living in a sort of modern day climate where it seems like it's not always. So much of the stuff that I say myself on social media or even in some podcasts and interviews, I often feel like I shouldn't need to say it, or I feel like it's not particularly special or particularly profound or anything like that. Because my mind works in a certain way, and I've had certain ideas and beliefs that I've literally held since I was like a child or a teenager. And I never specifically knew that the way my mind worked and the way that I thought things through was particularly unique. I thought, oh, everybody does that. Mm-hmm. And I've quite quickly realized, okay, no, actually not everybody does that. So sometimes it is necessary to say some of the stuff that should be obvious and should be apparent. The thing with where we live now, people have such short-term memories. People don't remember stuff, or they're just not aware of stuff. Kanye West was the guy who like 10 years ago, maybe like 10 years ago, I remember specifically, he came out and he was like, you know what? Rappers should stop being homophobic. Rappers should stop like calling gay people the F word and like this isn't cool, guys. He came out public and he took a lot of heat for that. He took a lot of heat within like the culture community, whatever people want to call it, for saying that and just being like, you know what, like this isn't right, guys. And people forgot this, you know what I mean? Like now you're getting people saying, oh, he mentioned Chick-fil-A on his album. Like you're getting LGBT lobbies and stuff saying, oh, we should boycott him because he likes Chick-fil-A. And you're just like, what on earth are you? What are you even talking about? Like, have you forgotten like everything else? Like, he's not even telling you like, go vote Trump, go vote Republican. He's just saying like, look, you know, everyone can have their different views. People can, you know, I believe in this, I believe in that, you can believe in that, and this is how I want to live my life, right? It's not stepping on other people's toes. So, man, I've got a huge amount of respect for that guy. You know, sometimes I just want to start a conversation. I just want to start a debate, right? Sometimes I'll purposely just kick the hornet's nest because I know people are going to react in a certain way, or people are going to respond in a certain way, and it's like, cool, let the discussion begin. Sometimes I'll just be sitting back and actually watching it. I'll be seeing what other people are thinking. I like to know I like to understand how the world works. I like to know what other people think, whether I agree with them or I disagree with them. Sometimes I vehemently disagree with them, and sometimes I'll let them know why. But I try to keep it civil. I try to keep it cordial. It's really about having a sense of humor with a lot of things, and this is something that's missing from a lot of the conversation. Is just one, honesty. You know, people just being honest and authentic, and that's one of my USPs. That's something that draws a lot of people to me because they know that Zuby's not gonna BS them. I'm not gonna pretend to be something I'm not, or say something that might be popular, even if I don't believe it or anything like that. Like, I'm happy to be that one guy who goes against the grain if I feel like that is needed, or I feel like that's the correct position. And I'm kind of happy to take those bullets and arrows proverbially for other people. So I know what I do emboldens and encourages a lot of other people out there, which is one of the aims, to inspire people and also to help people understand, you can have disagreements, you can have different conversations, you can have different positions, and it doesn't mean you need to hate each other or you can't get along or you can't hang out with people or, that person, like you were saying, that person spoke to that person who spoke to that person who took a picture with that person. So you now can't speak to them. That person's off limits. That person, like all that stuff is silly. And in the long term, I think it's very destructive as well.